The European Union has struck a deal to end a row that had been blocking imports of Ukrainian agricultural products. EU states bordering Ukraine had been torn between helping their neighbour and protecting their own farmers, leading some of them to introduce import bans.
The EU hopes to keep the grain trucks from Ukraine on the go and Europe united. Ukraine had long been a big agricultural exporter, but Russia's invasion changed that. With its Black Sea ports partly blocked, Ukraine got their products to markets around the world, overland through Europe, and the EU waived tariffs on Ukrainian goods to help. But farmers in Eastern Europe complained that they were being left with mountains of unsold produce, and that the availability of cheaper Ukrainian grains damaged their business. Poland, normally a staunch ally of Ukraine, even banned imports unilaterally, leaving long lines of Ukrainian trucks stuck at the border in April. Ukraine's foreign ministry called the restrictions on its grain exports via the EU, quote, categorically unacceptable. The agreement aims to let Ukrainian agricultural products travel through the EU, but allow Poland, Romania, Bulgaria, Slovakia and Hungary to impose internal temporary restrictions on some grain. Plus, it gives the option to restrict more produce in future. At the same time, it lets Ukrainian goods into the EU without tariffs for another year.
I think this is a success for the European Union, that it was possible to reach a compromise solution and get out of this crisis, which seemed to be potentially dangerous economically and also politically.
That compromise solution may get the trucks moving again. And EU leaders hope it will maintain the image of a Europe united in its support for Ukraine.
Well, Igor Zhovka is the deputy head of the Office of the President of Ukraine. Welcome to DW. Are you happy with this deal?
No. First of all, you're absolutely right that Poland, as well as any other states, but first of all, Poland had no absolutely grounds to have the unilateral restrictions or bans to Ukrainian import. We have association agreement between Ukraine and the EU. We have autonomous trade preferences, which you mentioned, that are about to be overlapped for another year. According to these documents, according to the EU law, no single state, it's any single right to import unilateral bans. That's absolutely up to Brussels to have it in theory, because you cannot simply make these import bans. You have to make the trade investigation. You have to have enough arguments that these additional export ruins or endangers the interests of other businesses, and then you make any possible regulations.
So it sounds then, okay, so you're angry at this deal, and it sounds like you're angry at Poland. But wouldn't your anger be better directed at Brussels?
Look, the state who started this was the state you mentioned. And we hear now the promises from those states to lift those unilateral bans. We are waiting, and they suggested it to Brussels, I understand. So Brussels and Ukraine are waiting for lifting these unilateral bans. And then we will sit and talk with Brussels. Ukrainian representatives will sit with DG Trade and other representatives of Brussels and discuss this situation.
OK, so you have no sympathy for Polish farmers who say, well, all of these Ukrainian grain imports, which are coming in without tariff, they're taking our business, our livelihoods away.
You know, when those corridors or additional possibilities were introduced, they were called solidarity lanes. Unfortunately, I do not feel any solidarity from the part of Poland. My president has to talk on Friday with the European Council President, Mr. Charles Michel, asking him also to get his position on this regard. And we're very happy that the leadership of the European Union, the President Charles Michel, paid his personal attention to this.
You say you're getting no solidarity on the part of Poland, despite the fact that Poland has taken in thousands of Ukrainian refugees and provided MiG fighter jets.
You are talking about you Polish people who really supported Ukrainian people and are supporting Ukrainian people, hosting them, helping them. And this is absolutely under no question. The relations between President of Ukraine and President of Poland are very warm and very deep, and definitely we are discussing all the problematic issues on the level of presidents. So we would not like this misunderstanding from the part of Polish government to influence on our wonderful relations with Polish people.
OK, I don't think that perhaps you need to explain to us where this misunderstanding has been, because you say you have the support of the Polish people and the support of the Polish president. So clearly your problem is with the Polish government. You say that they have misunderstood. What have they misunderstood? Because they've taken action. Their action has now been formally endorsed by Brussels, and we have this agreement. So who has misunderstood what?
I think it doesn't matter who has misunderstood anything. The main thing is who broke the EU legislation, who broke the EU law. And now there is a chance, both for Poland and for the European Commission, to start it from scratch. And really, if you are thinking of something, how to tackle the issue, the main method, the main way how to tackle this is to have it according to the law.
Thank you so much for joining us and explaining Ukraine's position on this. Ihor Zhovka, Deputy Head of the Office of the President of Ukraine.
Thank you.